Hine Matov, how good it is to be together. However you are joining this evening, I am honored and delighted to welcome you to my senior cantorial recital, KOL HANESHAMA. KOL HANESHAMA comes from the last line of Psalm 150, a psalm filled with the sounds of music, instruments, and celebration. In Hebrew, the phrase encourages every soul to come together in joy, song, and gratitude to the source of life. But KOL HANESHAMA can also be translated as every voice. Tonight, we celebrate many voices coming together as we will hear the music of different Jewish communities around the world, including Persian, Sephardic, Ashkenazic, and American. We will hear different languages, tones, and rhythms, but the common thread that we will hopefully all experience is a shared connection to that universal language of music, which can open our hearts and express deep things within our souls. As you can see in the program for this evening, which if you're tuning in from live stream, you can download at stslive.org. You can download the program PDF, and you also have it in print. Tonight's concert is divided into sections with musical selections from different parts of the world in each section. So I invite you to read about the pieces, their translation, some history, background in the program as we share this evening together. We will begin with songs of love as we travel from Sephardic lands to a song composed here in the US to the sounds of Persia.
Tu madre cuando te parió y te quitó el mundo, corazón ella
Lecha Dodi imagines Shabbat as a beloved bride. This is a melody from Tehran, Iran, which I learned from Isaac Budai, and it is one of several Persian Jewish melodies I will share this evening from my thesis project.
עד
Part of being ordained as a cantor includes writing a master's thesis. For my thesis project, I had the honor of collecting Persian Jewish prayer melodies by interviewing people who grew up in Iran with these melodies and who were generous enough to share and teach them to me, and to allow me to interview them and get the whole story behind the melody. I also notated the melodies into sheet music, which to my understanding hasn't been done before for Persian Jewish music. Sheet music serves not only to preserve a melody, but also allows for it to be widely disseminated. So now that the pieces are notated, such as the Lachadodi that you just heard, anyone from any background can access this music in a readable form. The hope is to keep this music alive, to breathe new life into it, and also to make it part of the menu of American Jewish music. I'm delighted tonight to share a number of Persian Jewish melodies from my thesis, some of them for the first time ever performed with musical accompaniment. And again, if you refer to your program, you can read a little bit of the background and history of these pieces, who shared them with me and their story, and I'm happy also to share a copy of my thesis where you can hear the whole story of how these melodies came to me. So we continue in our program with Songs of Shabbat. You'll hear 3 Persian Jewish melodies and 1 Sephardic medley of folk songs.
Adonaim ותשמרני.
There is a practice in music called contrafaction, and what this means is taking a melody that already exists and applying it to a different set of words that happen to match that melody. We do it all the time in pop culture when we put parody lyrics to existing melodies. We also do it in Jewish prayer. We apply certain melodies that were originally written for one Hebrew text to another Hebrew text. The next piece is an example of contrafaction. I took a beautiful, iconic melody from Iran and applied a Jewish prayer in Hebrew to it. The melody is the song Morghe Sahar, composed by renowned musician Morteza Nedavud. Nedavud happened to be Jewish, but this song itself was not a Jewish song. It was a secular people's protest song, and it has come to symbolize the deep wish of the people of Iran to be free. It is beloved by Iranians of all faiths and backgrounds. The text I applied to this melody is the well-known prayer Hashkivenu, which asks for peace in the night and shelter in God's wings from all harm.
השכיבנו אדוני אלוהינו לשלום והעמידנו
We continue in our program with lullabies from 3 different regions of the world. We will travel from Eastern Europe, hearing a heartbreaking Yiddish lullaby, to the sounds of a Ladino lullaby from Sephardic lands, and concluding with a Persian lullaby. I've always loved lullabies, but right now, as Lev and I are expecting our first child, these lullabies have a little bit of an extra special meaning for me.
Auf en Pripetschik brennt a Feierl und in Stub is heiß und der Rebbe lernt kleine Kinderlach dem Aleph Beis und der Rebbe lernt kleine Kinderlach dem Aleph Beis. Sogt she Kinderlach, gedenkt she Teire, was ihr lernt da. Sogt she noch amul, an de Tage noch amul, komet's Aleph vor. Sogt she noch amul, an de Tage noch amul, komet's Aleph vor. Sogt she noch amul und Tage noch amul, komet's Aleph vor. Sogt she noch amul und Tage noch amul, komet's Aleph vor. Sogt she noch amul und Tage noch amul, komet's Aleph
We move to the final segment of tonight's program as we share songs of celebration and praise. The pandemic has made this past year a difficult and dark time for many people in many ways, but thankfully we are very blessed to be turning a corner. One of the most meaningful messages to me in Judaism is finding light in darkness by holding on to hope and by being proactive about seeking and bringing light into the world. Cultivating joy is an essential part of Jewish tradition. So, following are 4 pieces of joy and celebration from around the world. 2 Persian Jewish pieces, a piece of Ashkenazic Chazanut, and an Ashkenazic American concert piece. I want to share a story about the first piece that you'll hear. A few years ago, my dad shared a cassette tape with me that had a precious memory preserved within it. The voice of my late grandfather, Yehuda Rafi, chanting parts of the Passover Seder in Tehran, Iran from 1971. As I listened to my grandfather's voice on that tape, I felt a call to explore my Persian musical and familial heritage and to share it with others. That call directly animated my thesis project and led me to collect and notate many of the Persian Jewish melodies that you're hearing in tonight's program. I also had the opportunity to interview my dad and his siblings, who shared some really moving memories I had never before known. So what you are about to hear is the melody from my grandfather that I heard on that cassette tape from 1971. And I actually have a little clip of it that I'm going to play.
More חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו אוי חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו חסדי השם כי לא תמנו כי לא חלו רחמיו Kidvar Adonai.
Thank you all so much for being here this evening. All those who are tuning in from live stream, it means a lot to know that you're all virtually here. For everyone who's present this evening, whether in person or virtually, it's been a true joy to travel around the musical world with you and to share some new and well-known pieces of music. Thank you so much for being part of this journey, and thank you so much for all of your support. So many people made tonight possible, and I want to take a moment to thank them all. First, a huge thank you to this incredible musical ensemble. Tali Tadmor on piano and ensemble director. Jamie Papish on percussion. Danny Raijman on guitar. Jenni on violin. Such an incredible team of musicians, and I feel so honored to work with you all. Thank you to our remarkable crew who worked so hard and for so many hours to make all the pieces fit for tonight. Sound, live streaming, the program, the setup. Seth Front, our Director of Communications. Porfirio Cortez, our Director of Maintenance. Steve Belinfante and Steve Sachs, who provide so much communication support. And Jeff Goldschen and Arthur, who I met this evening, an incredible team who did all the lights and all the sound. Thank you so much. And we have a bunch of also extra people here, volunteers from the amazing Shomer Torah Synagogue community, Zachary Kassabaum, Aaron Kirsch, Talia Camrus, and I know there are others who came to support. So thank you so much. Thank you so much for all your time and help. I want to also say a special thank you to Sunny and Jeannie Raffle and to Sherwin of blessed memory and Marjorie Small, who have so generously invested in the renovation of this amazing stage and sound system in Raffle Hall. Your generosity and your vision will make a huge difference in the quality and variety of programs we can offer at Shomer Torah Synagogue, and we hope to hold many more wonderful programs and events in this hall. I'm grateful to Rabbi Camrus for being such a supportive, kind, and caring mentor and clergy partner, for encouraging my creativity, and for teaching me so much over these past 4 years, including modeling what it means to be clergy. Thank you to all the clergy, staff, lay leaders, and congregants at Shomer Torah Synagogue for embracing me with open arms, for your support, and for making Shomer Torah such a loving and caring, spiritual and professional home for me. I feel so blessed to be part of this wonderful community and look forward to a coming year of exciting cultural and musical programs, togetherness, and spiritual uplift. Thank you, of course, to the amazing school that I am so proud to be a part of and to be graduating from, the Academy for Jewish Religion, California, a beautiful, pluralistic institution that trains cantors, rabbis, chaplains, and those pursuing graduate degrees in Jewish studies. I'm so grateful to the deans of the school. My cantorial dean, Cantor Perrine Anker, is here this evening, and she's been a mentor to me for so many years and has provided so much support through all my musical concerts, including tonight. So I love you, Cantor Perrine. I want to thank the administration, faculty, and all of my teachers, mentors, and classmates at this wonderful institution of AJRCA for guiding such an amazing and rich education and my journey to the cantorate. AJRCA is a family, and I will always cherish you. My heart is full of thanks to my dear parents, Nahid Rafi and Hamid Rafi, for their endless support and encouragement, for cheering me on throughout my path to the cantorate and on the journey of my thesis project, and for being such loving bearers and conduits of our Persian Jewish heritage. They always make themselves available to help translate Farsi for me and to share amazing memories and stories about their lives growing up in Iran. And my mom, who herself is a poet, wrote the Farsi lyrics for many of the things that you heard, including Michamocha tonight. Thank you also to my dear brother, Ben, one of my greatest role models in life, for all your support and encouragement. Love you. I also want to give a special thank you to all my family tuning in from the East Coast, including my parents-in-law, Fawn and David, and my aunt and uncle, and our other relatives in New York. I love you all so much, and I'm so grateful for your support, especially aunts and uncles who helped with my thesis. And finally, thank you to my beloved husband, Lev, who unwaveringly supports my dreams and ambitions including my quest into my Persian Jewish heritage and identity. He has spent so many hours lovingly listening to me singing and writing out Persian Jewish melodies, like so many hours, and now he sings them himself, kind of, around the house. So thank you for being such an amazing life partner and for being by my side on this journey. I want to conclude by noting that this recital is dedicated to the memory of some very special people, some very, very dear people. My grandparents, Yehuda Rafi, Muluk Rafi, Sion Sahimi, and Parvin Sahimi of blessed memory. Mr. Joel Pressman, who was my choir director and teacher and who passed away in 2013, really was my introduction to music and taught me so many things about performing with elegance, and he's always in my heart. And finally, my dear, dear friend, mentor, teacher, Cantor Ron Snow, to whom this stage is dedicated. Cantor Snow, you are so, so missed. So, so missed. And Cantor Snow was a great mentor for me and really, really taught me so many things about being a cantor. He called it practical cantoristics. All the behind the bema stuff. Anyway, love you, Cantor Snow, and you're always with us. May their memories forever be a blessing. So now I'm going to gather myself, and let us now sing a new song together, a song of joy, togetherness, and hope. In a second, probably.
Shiru, 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 l'Adonai. Shiru, 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 shir chadash. Tehilato mitzei haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai. Tehilato mitzei haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai. Shiru, 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 shiru l'Adonai. Shiru, 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 shir chadash. Tehilato mitzei haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai. Tehilato mitzei haaretz. Shiru l'Adonai.
Write some notes here because you just blew me away. The most beautiful thing about you, Jackie.
Is her mic on?
Yeah, it's on. Yes.
It's on. Give her your mic, Jackie.
Okay, here we go.
And we even worked on this. I have a loud voice, though. I probably don't even need it, but Jackie, there's a lot I can say to you. The first thing I want to say is that I so respect and love how you look at people when you talk to them and when they talk to you. It's the most beautiful thing that you do, even more than your beautiful voice. The next thing I want to talk about is your respect. Your respect for your colleagues, your respect for your teachers, for your dear family. It's really very special in these days, as you know. The next thing I'll talk about is that voice that everyone knows is so beautiful, but it's more than beautiful because it's really from your heart and from your soul. The next thing I'll talk about is, I have a lot of things to say, is your collaboration with your students, with your fellow students, with everyone you come in contact with. You know how to collaborate, and you know how to teach as well as to listen. Then I'll talk about your compositions, which are beautiful and really from your heart. The word respect keeps coming through and through and through when I look at you and when I watch how you have walked your way and danced your way and sung your way through both of your careers. But to me, the most important is you and your cantorate and how much it means to you and how much it means to your wonderful congregation. And now, the next thing that you and Lev will celebrate is your beautiful child. And I just want to say that I will miss you, AJRCA will miss you, but we're right with you and we'll follow you all along. And so, thank you. Thank you for being my student. Thank you for the love that you've shown me, the respect you've given me, and the strength that you've given me through this year. We love you, and I'm going to hug you. Bye. Oh, yeah.
Okay, we're going to conclude this evening with one more song that is dedicated to the memory of Cantor Ron Snow.
we say Amen. Yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu, Aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael. Yaseh Shalom al kol yoshvei Tevel, ve'imru, imru, Amen. Oseh Shalom, Shalom bimromav, hu yaseh Shalom, Shalom Aleinu. Let that peace light the dark. Let it open our hearts. Let it find a way as we say Ve'imru. Amen.
Thank you all so much. Thank you.
We just wanted to tell you, on behalf of the Board of Directors, Shomrei Torah Synagogue, and the Sisterhood and Men's Club, how proud we are of you at your recital tonight, as you finished your last requirement, and we can now officially call you Cantor Rafi. And your very first.
No, May 31st.
May 31st, it's also your first. And we would be remiss if we didn't remember little baby Rafi Gottlieb, who is going to be, so here's a junior bouquet for her as she joined along on the journey with her mommy and daddy. Myself,
Love you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Good night, everybody.